Hello fellow hunters. I'm gonna do another hunt now. Have done two previous hunts, one for the magpie geese and one for the Canada geese, and as requested I'm going to be doing the duck hunt in the bayou, the Rougarou Bayou. Once I'm into the game, after the load screen is loaded, I've got my faithful companion with me, Velvet. So I'm going to lock and load my weapons, and then I'm going to show you my setup. I've got me 12 gauge pump action shotgun. I've got my 10 gauge lever action shotgun. I've got my callers, which are basically in my backpack, but they're on a string. So if I did push the N key, there are all my callers. I've not got my Gadwell caller. I can put my Gadwell caller on, but I think I haven't got sufficient room in my backpack. This makes it easier to switch to these rather than remembering what key and what slot you've got your callers into. Because if I go into the backpack, I've got slots that are empty, but I've got other things that I want to may put into this. I've got my rangefinders here. I've got my binoculars. I have got these. These have to be in your backpack. I think you put your string in your backpack and then you can push the N key. Now I've got other slots that I could put in there. I could put my sensor press. And I could put other things in there. I could put my war paint on, but I'm not going to put any war paint on today. But as I said, I'm going to be doing a few hunts for the feathered variety. I've got some geese that I can hear coming over actually. I'm going to call my dog. I've got a full spread here, including all of the decoys, including 6-7 flappers, of each set of birds: blacktail, gadwell, mallard, etc. So I'm going to get my dog into the ground blind. Come on, Velvet. Come on, go. There you go. There's a good girl. Now, if I do work my dog hard and I do a really good hunt and we get a really good time, and my dog gets tired, I have got another dog. I can go over to the tent because the tent's not that far away. The tent is over there. I've got another ground blind which I have got here, and the tent is marked so I can see it on the map, because I have got a visual impairment. So if my dog here gets tired, I have got another dog called Bella. I could go over and get the other Labrador and put this one away. But when I do work the dog hard, the percentage will go down. If you have a look in the top right hand corner, the percentage of how refreshed the Labrador is. At the moment she's 200% refreshed, and she will gain XP as well. She was not long before she goes up. I think it's another 1000 XP. So as I say, when I've shot a varied amount of birds, what I will do is I will put her into the down position. Now I think I've gone through the hotkeys on the keyboard, but I will go through them again. Y is sit, K is down, U is to go and fetch the game, O is to get them into the ground blind, and I believe P is to make them stay. So you can put them in a down position and you can push P and they should stay there. If you do go away from the animal, is basically governed by where you are on the map. If you walk, the dog will follow you. So if you don't push the P, the dog will follow you. So if you want to keep the dog squarely out the way and you want to go and do something, if you push the P key, the dog will stay in that particular area. That's just a quick rundown whilst I'm waiting for the actual ducks to come out. Now I always start my hunts, people start their hunts differently. I always start my hunts around about 7 o'clock. It normally tails off around about 11 o'clock, half 11, and then it does pick up again after that period in the afternoon. But I always start mine. You can start you don't have to start them at 7 o'clock, but that's my preference. Right, I will go through the my callers that I've got with me. I've got them on the string. This is called the wheel, and you put the string in your backpack, and then you put these callers in your backpack. Long range, you've got the comeback caller, and you've got the short range caller. You've got the other two callers, which is the Gadwell and the pintail. I have got the pintail, but I very rarely use those. Now if I actually do have a look up whilst they're going over, and I actually see that there are pintails in the flock going over, then I quickly go to that, and I will switch to that caller. That's the pintail caller. I haven't got the Gadwell caller with me, but I very rarely use that one. I've got it. I think I've got it in a bundle, but I always use that caller. It's governed by calling and what setup you've got as well. If you've got a good setup, which I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but I'm blowing my own trumpet here. This is quite a good setup because, as I say, I've got Gadwell and I've got Mallard over there. I've got Blacktail, and I think I've got I basically grouped them into different groups. So basically this is a three-pronged setup, and they should, the birds, I mean, I've come out into the ground blind and I haven't called one bit, and I've had ducks come down, and that's without calling. And as I say, this is a duplicate of Hooch Cares' setup. I did ask him, I saw one of his YouTubes, and I sent him a direct message, and I said, can I duplicate your setup, and if possible could you give me the coordinates to where your setup is? And he said, yes Marv, you can have a duplicate, and he didn't mind. So I've come here, and I actually had to do this with two people, with another person, basically because there are bears and there are pigs. So if you're unlucky enough, and I'm unlucky, believe me, I'm unlucky, you can actually be run down, or you can be mauled by the bears. If you're just minding your own business, they can come along. So I came here with my wife to help me do this setup, to get it in the right position that I like. The ones over at the front here are a little bit too close for my liking, but each to their own. I mean, these ones over here, if I pushed them any further, they'd be around the corner, and that's not right, because I want the ducks, when they come down, when I call them, to come down where I want them to come down. Now normally the blacktails will go over. Now let's have a look, get my, because as I say, I've not hunted here for a while. Right, I've got mallard flappers, and I think I've got I think they are, I'm not quite sure what they are. I think they are blacktails there. I might be wrong. Or are blacktails there? Now I've got some ducks going over. Blacktails are here. So I've got pintails and mallards with the mallard flappers there. And I've got the other ones, and I've grouped them not in the same species. It seemed to work because, as I say, this is duplicate from Hooch Cares. Now, I'm not quite sure. I heard these ducks, but I can't see where they are. Where are you guys? That's Izzy talking. Now they might have... Where are you guys? Hello? Oh. Well, it's a butterfly. Yeah. As I say, I've grouped them in groups. I've put flapping mallards with pintail, and I've put blacktail with gadwell, and I think these are there's one mallard there and there's one blacktail, and I put mallards here with the blacktails as well. There is a gadwell there as well, but I had an overspill, so I just grouped them how I preferred them. Now you don't have to use my rule of thumb, you can use your own rule of thumb if whatever suits you. So this is just my preference, how I like them. I haven't followed Hooch Cares' to the T. He has probably got mallards and blacktails on there, and gadwell and whatever over there. But this is how I've done it, and it seems to work. It seems to work for me. But not at the moment, because normally by this time I've had at least 2 flocks of birds coming over. So maybe it might pick up in a bit. Now I do go out and I don't actually record my missions. I started to, but I got so annoyed that when you go out and do missions, you're not guaranteed to get that particular. You've got to work at your missions. Now I don't know whether the game knows that you're doing that mission, but for me, I was doing the mission to get 3 feral hogs at Loggers Point using my snakebite, and I had to do... I've done 3 hunts now, and I've only been successful of getting 1 feral hog on each separate hunt. The 3rd hunt I got nothing. I lie. I got so bored that I took a coyote, and I took a couple of whitetails, because I could not find them pigs to save my life. So I'm not going to record my missions because it doesn't seem to suit. Because the missions are a bit hit and miss. Now whether the game, as I say, whether the game knows that you're doing the missions or not, I don't know. Now I can hear something moving around. It's not my dog, because my dog's in the rest position or the down position. I thought I heard something rustling over to my left. Now as I say, there are pigs and there are bears here. I have got my pig caller with me, but I've only got my revolver with me. I haven't actually loaded my revolver, but I've got it with me. I think I should load it. Now, I was taught to load all my weapons before you go out on a hunt. Now, sometimes I have actually found out that sometimes you don't have to do that. Now there's the pig on command. Sometimes if that animal is in the distance, in the actual distance of being spooked, and you do load your weapon, there may be a time that it might spook because you've loaded your weapon. because it's in the actual vicinity, and that could cause the animal to spook. Now, I've actually been 30 and 40 meters away from a nice blacktail, and it's happened on a nice Roosevelt elk, and I've loaded my weapon because I inadvertently got turned around, and it did not spook that animal. So, but that being said, I try to load all my weapons and actually look at what my layout of my weapons that I'm taking with me. And I always try and load all my weapons. I might do a mistake and I might not load them like I didn't there. I didn't load my sidearm, but my sidearm, even if I did load it and the actual pig was close enough and it made the pig spook, I've only got my sidearm to protect me from the pig or bear knocking me over. It's not really a weapon I will go out only if there is a mission to take a pig with the 454. I will take it and I'll have it locked and loaded. As I say, your sidearm, I prefer my sidearm as protection more than what I'm actually going to take the animal. If I'm going to go and take the animal, I normally take it either the pig with the R8 or I will take my bullpup, etc. And always use the appropriate weapon, the ethical weapon for animal species. Because if you don't, you're going to get a letter from Doc. And there's that pig again. That might be, yeah, it's the same pig. Now he is over that way. He's over that way on that island over there. As I say, if you don't take the animals with the appropriate weapon, you'll get a letter from Doc. He's an NPC. He's not a real person. And he will say to you that you've used the wrong weapon. And he will then state what weapons are ethical for particular species. And this is not the right thing to do. So always check when you're going out on hunts that you've got the appropriate ethical weapon to take different species with, because you will get a letter if not. Now these are not ice actually. They have broken, so I'm going to switch to my short range caller. I've only got 2 that are broken. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my combat caller. Actually now they've all broken apart from 5. So I'm going to use I'm going to let these land actually. No, I might not do actually, because last time I didn't have a really good, I had a poor display. So I'm going to switch now. I'm going to take that one. And where are those others? I've only got 2 this time. Bugger. The bugger. I got that one. Not bad. Right. I'm not going to load that weapon at the moment because I've got some more coming over. So yes, if you don't take the appropriate weapon and shoot the appropriate animal with that ethical weapon, you will get a letter. Right, I'm going to switch to my combat caller. Let's see if I can get them to come back. We've got 2 that are coming back. Yeah, we've got 2 that are coming back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pump action. I'm going to switch to my pump action shotgun now. Damn. And it's loading, so what I'm going to do is I should have loaded that before. There you go. That now, if I use that now, that is far too far away for me to get that animal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my pump action shotgun, and I gotta reload my pump action shotgun. Oh, my pump action shotgun doesn't need to be loaded. Okay. Okay. Right, so what I'm gonna do is, I believe on my last hunts with the magpie and the Canada geese, the dog brought it into the ground blind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my dog out. I'm going to see whether my dog brings it back into the ground blind. Right, so what I'm going to do is now I'm actually going to bring up my shotgun, because if I haven't shot this duck will fly around in the dog's mouth and will catapult over the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my short range caller, long range caller. I'm going to get the dog to get back into the ground blind. Actually, he's got back into the ground blind. So we've got a good lot of ducks here. I believe that some have broke and some haven't. So I'm going to switch to my short range caller. Got quite a few here. Switch to my shotgun now. Let that load. Load again. And we got some. I'm going to switch to me comeback caller. Switch to my comeback caller, see if I can get these down. We've got some here that are reforming. I don't think they're going to come down. They might do. They might not. Nope. Right, I'm going to switch to my long range caller now, because that was my comeback caller and I can hear some more. And I've got some pintails because I can hear the pintails in these. I'm going to quickly switch. Are they going to break? Are you going to break, guys? They've broken, so I'm going to switch to my short range caller. I'm going to let them circle a couple of times. So what I'm going to do is switch to my gun now. Reload my weapon. Now if I had my other weapon, my Plinkerton, I could take those at long range if I was successful to get them. Now, being at long range Pinkerton doesn't mean you're going to get them with a long range Pinkerton. Sometimes you've got to judge it because of distance. Now, with the Pinkerton you have got a scope. You can actually put scope on or scope off. The Pinkerton is a smaller bullet and can take them at a long range, but you've got to judge it particularly well. Now, because I've got a visual impairment, excuse me, for now the Pinkerton is not working for me. I might get these ducks in actually. I'm going to see whether my dog going to bring all the ducks into the ground blind. Because as I said, I did several hunts. Now they might have brought this into the game actually, that the dog brings them into the ground blind. As you can see, this duck is in the ground blind. Normally the dog would leave them outside of the ground blind. Now I've got to keep my wits about me here, because sometimes that's a mallard. That's okay. Yes. You're a good girl, aren't you, Velvet? So, yes, I'm not sure, because I've been away from the game, I'm not sure whether they brought this to the game. Because we did 2 hunts before. Sound like a broken record. Did 2 hunts before, and the magpie and the Canada geese, my dog brought them into the ground blind. So I don't know whether they brought this into the game. They could have done, but I don't know, because I've been out of the loop because of my eyesight. Now I've had 4 operations on my eyes, so I am out of the loop. I'm going to switch to my comeback caller, because they've not taken any notice whatsoever. Now the comeback caller can actually try, if you time it right, they can actually make them come back. Now they have not bothered, so I can hear some more ducks, so I'm going to go to my long range caller again, and I can hear some more ducks. And there you are, over the top of me I've got some more ducks, and several have broken. They are coming down, so I'm going to switch to my short range caller, because if you don't switch to your short range caller, the ducks can lose interest and they could fly away. So I always let them bring them down, and then I quickly switch to my shotgun and take a few. Now I've just gone up now on something that's in the right hand corner. I didn't see it because I was busy shooting ducks. Something popped up into the right hand corner, so I will have to have a look at that later. I've got a pretty good little bit of ducks here. I'm quite happy with this hunt so far. I did a previous hunt and I scrapped it. It went on the cutting room floor because I didn't much like it, but this one is a lot better. Right, I'm going to switch to me comeback caller, because they've taken no interest. So I'm going to use my comeback caller to see if I can bring them back. Now a couple have broken now. 3 of them have broken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my short range caller, so they don't lose interest, as I said before. These look like blacktail to me. So I'm going to bring them down. I'm going to switch to my gun in a moment. I'm going to let them come around me. Try and not take my eyes off them. Now 2 of them are broke, like they would do. Now where'd the other one go? I just winged it there. Just winged it. Now we've got some collecting to do. We've got some collecting to do here, Velvet. Now, are you ready? You go and collect all these duckies? Yeah? You go and collect them all? Go and collect them all for your dad then. Go on then. While she's gone, I'll quickly collect these 2. That's a female mallard. So I'm going to resume while she's gone. Collect these, because it looks like we'll have a pile of them in here. This is a male. This is a male mallard. So we've got a male and a female. So I'm not going to taxidermy it. I'm going to have to keep my eye on her, because as I say, where is she? Where are you, girl? And this one's... looks like this one's going to flap off. And looks like I'm going to have a hunt to do. It's gone over there. If you see that, that duck wasn't dead. That's why I've got my gun out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly, before I get turned around, I'm going to quickly go and get that duck. Run please. Because if you don't shoot them properly and you wing them, the dog won't go and collect them. So this one here fled over, or flapped over, to this area here. So even if I sent my dog out, it wouldn't go and collect this one. And thank you. Resume. No, I'm gonna go back to the ground blind. Come on, Bella. Now she might get tired here, but I want to level my dog up, so I could collect these ones here, but I'm not going to. I'm actually going to get back into the ground blind, and I'm going to get her to go and get them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand on this little sandbank. I'm actually going to tell her to go and get them. Now she's... Why are you, why are you giving me the question mark? Go and get them. Right, I'm going to get into the ground blind. She's come back over. Oh, what is over there? Something over there. Now, did you... I don't know whether... because I might have been talking there. I heard her go woof. So there could be something over there. Could be a pig. It could be a bear. Right, I'm going to get my gun out now because I don't want what happened there last time to happen again. I'm going to quickly look at this one. Now, this one is... yeah, this one's going to flap away. Yeah, this one is going to... and is not going to go... and it's going to go... Are you going to come back in the ground blind? Oh, right. That was a bit wonky donkey, that. So, that looked like it was flapping in her mouth. So when they're flapping in their mouth, they might not be potentially dead. That is why I had my gun out, because if it is above her head, I can actually shoot the animal again and I haven't got to try and find it. Now this one is clearly okay. This one is completely dispatched correctly. I think that one over there that I shot and I winged at quite a long distance actually. I think that one might not be, that one might be still alive. Right, so I'm going to send her again. I've got quite a few ducks here. So I'm going to send her again. Which one are you going to go for? Oh, she's going. She's going to go for that one that I shot last. So I think this one might not be, I think this one might be winged. Yeah, this one's not particularly... That one didn't look very good. Yeah, that one wasn't dead because it's gone now. It's not in the ground blind. So that one went over there. So I might have to go and get that one. So I'm not going to be too whatchamacallit with these at the moment. These ducks might come down. They might see her and they might not come down, but they might come down. So I'm not too worried about these ducks. So where have you gone, Bella? Velvet? Ah, there she is. Yeah, this one's not down neither. Can you see? I've run out of bullets. This one is not down neither. So so I'm going to be going and getting another one. That one's gone. That one's over there. That one's over there. So there's two I've got to get. There's two I've got to collect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into my inventory and I'm going to take that dot scope off because I'm not liking that dot scope one bit. Right, I'm going to go into my inventory because I'm out of bullets with this one, so I'm going to put that in there and I'm going to reload my 10 gauge. Thank you. Reload my 10 gauge please. So there's two I've got to get now. So I'm actually going to step out of the ground blind and I'm going to go over there and get it. So and get this one. Yeah, hit that one in the body. No, I'm not going to taxidermy it. I'm actually going to collect some of these because we're going to be here all day. I know I want to level my dog up, but I'm going to collect these. And that one's hitting the body as well. So we got quite a few of these. I'm going to go and collect that one that's over here. So it's not bad actually. I set this up at 7 o'clock. Now it's not a pure hour we've been hunting. For every minute you hunt, it's not a minute. So we've only been hunting for half an hour. So every hour is half an hour. So I'm actually going to get my dog to go and get that one over there. See where she go and get that one. You going to go and get that one for me, Bella? I keep calling her Bella. Right, she's gone over that one. Right, I'm going to get my gun out. Because this one not be... This might one not be dead. This looks like it's a blacktail, this one. Good girl. That's a good girl. Might be a gadwall. Oh, it's a mallard. Female mallard. Okay. That's fine. No. I'm actually going to try and turn this off because there is a way of turning this off for this taxidermy thing. When prompted, you can actually say, yes, I want to taxi that. Right, I've got quite a few out here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 more ducks. So I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have a look how many I've got. I'd like it to keep count in the either the right hand corner or the left hand corner how many ducks I've actually got. Because I'd like a little count, even if it's only 1 M being 1 mallard and 1 M in brackets female. In the left or the right hand corner, that might be a thing that they can think of to do. And I can actually then add up how many ducks I've caught, rather than when I go out of the game, have a look how many ducks I've caught. Because you can lose track. There is another sandbank here. I wonder whether I can put another ground blind here. This wasn't here before. I might be able to put 2 ground blinds here. I always wanted that one off the shoreline. I always wanted one here, but I think they've got to be 5 or 10 meters apart. Now that one is down. And that one is, that's a mallard male. No. Right, okay. We've got a few more out here, but I'm going to leave those ones. I'm going to collect this one and quickly get back into the ground bind. This is a female pintail. Come on, give me a score. Yes, thank you. Right, I'm going to get back into the ground bind, get my dog back in and get a few more. I'm going to get me long range. Come on, girl. Come and get the ground blind, please. Thank you. Come on. They might have seen her and they might not come down. Come on. They're at the right altitude to come down. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to go, I'm going to use my comeback caller. See whether I can get them. Because at the right altitude, so there you go. I've got 2 that have come. 3 that have come with the comeback caller. So the comeback caller is your friend. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to call a couple more times. I'm going to switch to my short range caller. I'm going to try and take all 3 of these. So I'm going to try and take all 3. If they split up, I'm not going to be too best happy. 1, 2. Where'd that one go? I only got 2 of them. That's okay. That's fine. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to my long range caller because I can hear some more. See, so the comeback caller did work. So if they don't come down after you use the long range caller and they don't split from the pack, because you see whether they split, I'll show you in a minute. I'm looking up. They normally split. We can actually see them physically stop calling, they stop quacking. Now these are not going to. So I'm going to use my comeback caller and see whether I can get them to come back. Nope, that time it didn't work. Nope. Oh well, that one didn't work. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my firearm and I'm going to send my dog out to collect all these, and then I'm going to call it a day because I think we got quite a few. We've got quite a few ducks here. Yeah. She will bring that into the ground blind, I believe. There you go. That has got to be a blacktail. Yes, I know. How healthy are you? Oh, you're still quite healthy because I've actually been putting you in the sit position. So she's not that tired at the moment. You can actually tell because I think it goes down to 175 from 200. And then if she's really tired, I think it goes down to 125. So, as I say, I'm going to bring these ones, get her to collect all these ones. She's going to come back into the ground. And there's a good girl. There's a good girl. Right, you're going to go and collect the remainder for me. Go on in. She's going to go and collect that one over there. Oh, she's not. She's going to go and collect that one over there. Okay. So, we haven't got very many to go actually. Let's have a look. Is that one spinning around in her mouth? Because you see it spins around and it's over her head, which tells me it's wounded rather than, because you can actually see it's clearly, although it's not completely in her mouth, because the bird is a bit big. If it was spinning around over above her head, I'd knew that it would be still alive. So she's going to pop back into the ground blind. There you go. And a good gal. I'm going to let her go and get that other one, because there's one more, I think. Probably one or two more. No, there's two more. Right. Is there one over there? I can't see. Well, clearly she knows there's one over there. There's one over there. And is that one spinning around? See, this is the reason why I've got this gun, and I've got it to bear so I can shoot. If it's too close to the dog, the actual gun will go back down, and it clearly won't fire. The animal has got to be spinning above the head, and then you can actually shoot it again to actually put it down out of its misery. Because if it doesn't, it flaps around, and as you saw in the actual clip, one went over the back there, and the other one went right over the back there. So I've got one more, unless she knows there's any more. Yep. No, there's more. Oh, is there? I can't see any domes, so there is more. Oh, there's one over by the tent. Ah. That must have been a long range shot, that one, if it's over there by the tent. I'm just looking to see whether it's spinning. Because if it's not spinning, you can lose track of them. And you will, if you don't collect all of your game and you do leave the map, shut the map down and say you want to quit. If you've not got all of your game, not instantly, Doc will say you've left a wounded animal, and you'll get a letter from Doc. So there's another one. There's another one to the mix. So I think there's only one more. He says. I think there's only one more. Nope. There's more. Right, while she's gone, I'll quickly... There's more. There's more, Marv. Right. Resume. No. Switch to my weapon. Where are you? Where is she? Huh? Where is she? She's vanished. Where is she? Oh, she's over there. Oh, she's coming. She disappeared from sight then. Let's wonder whether these will break. Although she's out, she's got camo on. I just wanted to see whether they would break. They're not breaking because I think they can see her moving around. So, that's a good girl. Are you going to bring it in the ground blind? There you go. There's another one. So, I think... Oh, there's clearly one over there, girl. I'm sure there is. Right, we'll leave them in the ground blind. There's one over here, girl. Look. Sure there's one here. Yes, there's one here, look. Ah, dear. It just goes to show sometimes your dog, I'm going to see whether she is, whether she's tired or not. Let's have a look. Beaky. No, she's not tired. So anyway, let's go back into the ground blind and collect all those ones. And then after I've collected all those ones, making sure that she has, or we have collected them. So I'm going to bring her back into the ground blind. Come in. Good girl. Double check. Now I did hit this one twice. So I hit this one at a distance of 40.6 meters, and then I hit it again at 50.8 meters. So I hit that one twice. So that consequently, because I hit it twice, the harvest value has gone down. If I would have hit that one once, the harvest value would have been 100%, maybe, depend on where you hit it. I think it would be 100% and not 61. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double check now. Is there any more? There's no more. Are you sure? Right, there is no more. Right. Okay, guys, I'm going to quickly collect these up and I'm going to end it there. If you like this video on YouTube and you want to see some more, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more content, subscribe. And if you want to see any more content and you get an instant message that I've done some more content, hit that bell. And you will see more from me in the future. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you later. Goodbye.